Hey, it's Boysen Hodgson, ManKind Project USA, and I am super, super stoked to be sitting with Chaim Dunbar today.
Yes.
And there's no way that you've missed this. If you've been on the internet in the last month, you've seen a video called Where Are the Men?
Where are the men who define themselves not by being in opposition to the things they deplore, but by aligning themselves with the things they adore? Men whose actions and words know no contradiction. Please speak among us. Come forth and teach among us.
With this gentleman who wrote that piece, and thank you for taking some time to hang out with me, and we keep crossing paths a little bit. So, Chaim, where are the men?
Glad you asked. They are everywhere amongst us. Specifically, that question that I posed was actually a call to action for myself initially. There were just parts of my being that were not in alignment with my higher self, my best self, and sort of a way to kind of kick myself in the butt and get in integrity and really kind of honor all of my gifts and be fully expressed. I began to ask that question. And in asking that question of myself, I looked at the landscape outwardly to kind of see what sort of archetypes of men were showing up, or what was being showcased, I should say, in the media. Because I'm a performing artist, I pay a lot of attention to the media.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, what I saw was not holistically reassuring. A lot of what was celebrated was the hyper masculine, the hyper sexualized, the hyper aggressive, the hyper sort of me mentality. And there wasn't a lot of full emotional development. You know, there was this one note kind of man that was being showcased as a model for what masculinity and manhood was supposed to be. And that was disturbing to me because I had bought into those archetypes quite often myself. And that's why I found myself in that place of discomfort, because I had bought into them for so long and it was no longer serving me. So the question where the men was really about how do we, as men, heart-centered men that operate from a place of full emotional availability and willingness to express themselves in that way and communicate in that way, how do we become more visible in the world so that we offer permission to other men who may be kind of suffering in that same sort of smallness, give them permission to just be fully expressed and feel confident in doing so. So this was sort of my contribution, or my way of ringing the alarm, so to speak, and inviting other men to step into that space.
Well, you nailed it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I tried.
You did well, brother. You just nailed it. The video, it's been 2.5 months, something like that now.
It launched on July 7th.
Well, see that my internal clock is working. Yeah, I saw it. All of a sudden, it was like, I saw it pop up here, and then it was like, I watched it just spread like crazy across. So, ManKind Project. So one of the things that you've obviously run into now since you did the video is all of these organizations and individuals and coaches and people reaching out to you from all over the place to say, yo, we're right here.
Yes, that has been the case.
Which has been so exciting. So I've seen you pop up on some other podcasts that I follow and getting introduced around. So what's on the radar for you now? I know that this wasn't just a video. I know that there's some other stuff connected to this. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so sort of the next phase, what I'd like to have happen is we're actually going to do another sort of premiere or launch for the video in Los Angeles. The first one was in Encinitas, California. And so we are planning to do another one in LA, hopefully in conjunction with Agape International.
Nice.
Um,
That's
and-
Michael Beckwith, if you guys
Exactly.
yeah, yep.
Michael Beckwith. So we're hoping to have that collaboration happen and create a space. I've been gifted by Agape and Reverend Leon, who has been a great advisor and mentor to me over the years. He's kind of gifted me the opportunity to come into the Agape community and basically facilitate a group for men. And so what's been kind of germinating in my head is a group called Man Amongst Men, which is a live experiential workshop for men to really just kind of converse and share their ideas, their thoughts, their experiences, and their feelings in a safe, open, non-judgmental space, with the hope of sort of liberating some of the angst and allowing us to really connect to one another as brothers, and providing a space for us to be vulnerable and to be able to recognize that there's actually a lot of strength in being vulnerable. Mm-hmm. It takes a lot of courage to do that. Mm-hmm. So I'm planning that now, and hopefully that'll be rolling out by the end of the year. There's some things that are not in my control, so I can't logistically tell you exactly when it's going to happen. Agape is, a pretty big entity unto itself.
Yeah.
So, but it has been open. The doors have been open to me and been extended to me, and I'm honored that they would, give me that sort of platform and that sort of space. And then I'm in talks with Akira Chan and Renee, who are my wonderful dear friends who shot the amazing video Where the Men, their company Rare Media put it together. And we're trying to think of how we can create an online platform for the Man Amongst Men experience. So that's all kind of in the works. It's in development. I'm also looking to shoot the next video, which is something my wife and I are going to do together. My wife is also a spoken word artist and a passionate social activist and creative entrepreneur and artist. So we've got another piece that we written some time ago, and it's a powerful piece that also speaks to a lot of the social angst that's happening in our society right now. So look forward to that. And it's called I Am We Be.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. Dude, there's just too much. As soon as I heard you say a man amongst men, and I heard you say that on another interview, I think. So in the ManKind Project, in our training program, so our flagship's the New Warrior Training Adventure.
Mm-hmm, yes.
As a man among men, as a man amongst men, is a phrase that you will hear repeatedly.
Oh, great.
Through that weekend. It's something that is one of those anchoring points, right? That we,
yes.
That as men, as a man among men, I am what? I am what? I am grounded. I am truthful. I am loving. I am open-hearted. I am ready. I am, I
am my brother's keeper.
I am my brother. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. So all of those things. So I know you've been invited. I've invited you on this medium. I'm going to make sure I do it here, like live face-to-face. You are invited to come to the next New Warrior Training Adventure, wherever you want to come to. So I would really love you to experience what we have to offer as you.
I want to. I definitely want to. That's high on my priority list. So give me a date. When are they? Where are they?
So in California, LA area, the next LA weekend is a GBTQ, a gateway weekend for gay, bi, trans questioning guys. Open to all men, but specifically for those guys. There's a Santa Barbara weekend in October. There's a Northern California weekend in, when's NorCal? The next NorCal is in November 4th, the very beginning of November. So, and, for my money, anywhere in California, they do great weekends. They do great weekends in California. So if you want more help with that, I'm not gonna sign you up for the weekend while we're on an interview. But I want you to come do that. Because it sounds to me like what you're going into with Agape and the thing, gather all the experience you can, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bring it all in. Bring all those pieces together. And what I've witnessed of guys who, have been doing work. You're a man who has been doing his work, right? When we get together, the fireworks that happen when men who have been doing their work get together and circle up, it's a powerful experience. So
very much so. Yeah, very much so.
Awesome.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it, because I'm totally at that space of wanting to just gather more tools and gather more resources and information so that I'm stronger in being able to serve others.
And I think that you've hit you've hit such a beautiful time. And I said to Akira and Renee, I said, so this is I have to put us on pause for a second. Hold on. Hello? Okay, thank you. I thought that was going to be my daughter's school because it was a Springfield number that I didn't quite recognize. I'm sorry. So that's awesome. So family is a priority to me.
Absolutely.
There you go. My family is a priority. And I was saying, I said to Akira and Renee as well, like, you're going to end up on Upworthy. It's going to happen. Like that, the video that you've produced is going to end up just continuing. I think that you've probably done your first round of WoW.
Yeah.
And I think your second round of WoW will be coming soon. And then that's when I often see those things pop. But in the world right now, man, like, I'm just seeing more and more and more. And I'm guessing that you are as well. Like, what are you seeing since you did this video? What have you learned about since you did this video?
One thing that I've learned is that there is a thirst and a real hunger for genuine, authentic expressions of humanity. The responses to the video, some of the comments in the video have been extremely just moving and powerful and personal. Total strangers have just said these amazing things about how they were touched by this video and how it reminded them of their father or their brother, and they wanted to share it. So I'm recognizing that globally, universally, there is a real hunger, a real thirst for connection, for a real genuine connection. And that's exciting for me. That's very exciting, because the world can feel so disconnected and disjointed. And also I'm realizing too that one of the things that I recognize, on the flip side of that is, I feel that we're really in a transitional period globally, that there are some new, wonderful cosmic energies that are emerging. And as a result of that, there's a tremendous amount of resistance as well. People that do not want to kind of peel those layers back and want things to stay just as they are and aren't ready for the shift and the transitions that are taking place. And because of that, I just feel that it's so imperative that the people that are on the forefront, like ManKind Project and others, are really, really becoming visible and take their message and their platforms to bigger audiences, because while that resistance is happening, that hunger is so palpable that it's necessary. And I'm really noticing that. I'm really noticing the polarity of this shift that's taking place and this uprising of consciousness and awareness. And it's really cool to witness. It's really cool.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. From men and from women, from groups, from institutions, from businesses shifting to, people first models, like all of these things all happening at the same time. It's like we're looking around and saying, oh, wow, the shit's not going to cut it anymore. Like the new iPhone's not going to answer my thirst for connection, my thirst for deep loving connection, right? And we're waking up to it. So that is amazing. And I have to, I would be remiss if I didn't give a shout to your mom, who I saw show up on the last podcast that I saw you on. Your mom showed up.
Yeah.
So props to the moms.
Yeah, big props to the moms. I am very much the man I am because of my mother, no doubt, and a bunch of other wonderful people. But my mom is central to my identity. Like you are big on family, I am also big on family. And one of the things that I've said in other podcasts, and I say just to people in person, is that being that full embodied, heart-centered man is to honor the feminine. That is a big part of it. And not just the feminine in terms of women, because one thing that I often tell my brothers is masculine and feminine are not gender specific. They're just qualities that we all embody. And so, but it is necessary for us to honor the feminine, not only in our women, but within ourselves, because it is a nurturing quality. It is a quality that brings balance and brings peace and brings symmetry to our whole existence. And once we begin to get in touch with that and really appreciate what that has to offer to our life experience, just everything just becomes more fruitful and more abundant. So I'm a big champion of my mom and other moms and women and femininity around the world.
Yeah, and on the flip too, right? Masculinity, as you know, we're the warriors, right? We're supposedly the warriors. So do you ever get in front of a mom trying to protect her kids? You're going to learn about warriors
man.
by doing that, right?
Talk about strength and conviction and power. Yeah. Intense.
So that's awesome. So I'm going to keep this real short. This is 16 minutes. I'm shouting you out. So much love to you from me and from so many other guys that I know who have sent me your video and said, you got to see this, you got to see this. And hey, let's rock this evolution together. Thank
you so much for having me, for sharing the video with your community, and for opening the invitation for me to come and join the ManKind weekend. I'm so looking forward to that. I'm gonna after this, we'll get some particular dates and I'll lock it in.
Sweet. All right.